So the reason I started this company was because of the phenomenal results I saw in the clinic, and surprising results actually. What I observed in some of my patients was just incredible. Now I've been in practice for 16 years. I'm a chiropractor, but I didn't really treat like a chiropractor. I kind of used whatever modalities I thought were useful. So I did a lot of soft tissue work with active release, Graston, quantum neurology, nutrition, and rehab. So I just combined everything, to cover, more conditions I could treat. So I came across PEMF because of my own issue. I've suffered from a bad shoulder for the last probably 10, 11 years now. And about 10 years ago, I had my initial surgery, like a decompression surgery, which, kind of gave a little bit of relief, but it was still pretty bad. And over time, it got worse and worse. Range of motion was bad, pain was bad at night, and it got to a point about 3 years ago where I went in for the consult to see if shoulder replacement was an option. I had been putting it off, and it got to that point where I was like, you know what, I can't continue like this. I need to do something about it. And I had tried everything from stem cells, rehab, soft tissue work, prolotherapy, ozone, all that stuff, and everything was just very temporary. So I came across this PEMF, guided PEMF, and I got treated, and I was just absolutely amazed. The feeling I got, there was just something there that I thought, you know what, this may be my answer. After treatment, then your logical mind starts to set in. How is this going to help my shoulder? It's bone on bone. It's probably not going to do anything. So it was about 8 days later when I went to the gym for the first time after the first treatment, and actually started doing my light workouts that I had been doing, and I was like, wow, that's actually a little bit better. Started actually noticing that I could actually generate more force, and so I started to take the weight up little by little, and no joke, I actually doubled the weight I was doing that day. Because there was less pain, but it was actually more than that. It was a sense that I had more control of my shoulder. And moving on to the seated row, I noticed that before I would pull that weight and I would get to about here, and then it would start to tremor. And that day I was just smooth, and I could do it slow. I increased the weight. I actually doubled the weight on that as well, and I could actually squeeze and hold. So I was like, man, that's really different. So I began to use it in my practice, and started off kind of like, yeah, it's for me. If I can get my shoulder better, then I don't have to have surgery. That'll be phenomenal. So I started to add it into my protocol little by little. I would just play around with it, tell my patients, hey, you know what, I got this thing, let's give it a shot and let's see what happens. And sure enough, little by little, my patients would start to report, oh my God, I'm better. And you're just like, what, really? And probably about 2 weeks into it, I had this one case that just blew my mind.